all 6 playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
He's had some, off ice issues and stuff, but I mean, could be a turnaround for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh obviously sees something in him for 5 years. I mean,
Yeah, I think he'll do well.
I think his price is pretty fair because I think he's better than some of the guys they got.
Yeah.
Well, at least I thought he used to be. That's for sure.
Well, they can shine Justin Schultz into gold.
That's true. They turned Justin Schultz into,
Yeah.
should I say, Norris candidate? Not last year, but the year before. He was in the top 5 or something.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't want to say like, Pittsburgh's going to win the cup now. They got Matt Cullen or
Yeah.
But I mean, familiar face, Matt Cullen, right?
Mm-hmm.
They go with something they know. Problem is, what they know is getting really old.
Yeah.
And San Jose Sharks, just 3 re-signs. Not Sean Couture, here we go again. Logan Couture, 8 years, $64 million, so 8 million per year. Jumbo Joe, 1 year at $5 million. Still a lot of money for a guy that...
Yeah.
4 goals, right?
Yeah, 4 goals. How many goals do you have last year, Kyle?
I'll find out.
Thomas Hertl, 4 years at 5.6 per year. Not terrible. So, I mean, they're keeping the same familiar... Do you guys find San Jose just keeps the same team together?
Yeah.
Well, this was a couple years ago when Oilers were playing San Jose in the playoffs. Last time the Oilers were in the playoffs, they played Joe Pavelski, Joe Thornton, Patrick Marleau. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Vlasic even probably.
And Marleau was on that San Jose team that time. It wasn't Leaf yet, so.
No.
So we were going through that, and we're like, Vlasic, yeah, like you said, Vlasic. It's like, there's 4 or 5 guys that were from the 06 San Jose team. And it was 2017 playing the Oilers again, and most teams have cycled everybody through already, right? Like the Oilers, none of the same guys. That team is changed, that's no different than Toronto. Wouldn't have nobody the same. Like, it's just weird. San Jose just keeps the same main guys together.
But Joe Thornton, 47 games, 36 points, 13 goals, 23 assists.
Last year.
Yeah.
Okay, so he had 13 goals. Must have been 1 year he had. Was the year before he had
7
goals?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, 7 goals, 43 assists, 50 points in 79 games.
Wasn't there a stretch
season before?
this year or last year? He had 2 goals for the longest time. They're both empty netters or something.
That's probably.
Or no, that was the Sedin.
Okay.
Remember, there was one Sedin that had hardly any goals at one point.
Yeah.
It's like, holy man. But question, Joe Thornton last year, or do you think he's going to just 1 year at a time kind of thing?
I think he's got one more after this in him.
I'm going to go by how many times he gets hurt this year. If he gets hurt lots, he'll probably retire. Especially if it's knees, because his knees have been...
I mean, he's 39. As his happy birthday, belated birthday, Joe. Your birthday was yesterday.
Yeah. He got signed on his birthday, that's what they said. I don't know. Joe Thornton, you want him to keep playing, because he's kind of that... He's kind of the face of San Jose.
And the beard, too.
I just like how...
I like him because he's got some humor, and I don't know, he's just... Seems like a good guy.
I could see him going behind the benches or something in San Jose.
He's got the beard. He's just coaching.
He's like... Other teams were phoning his agent, and he's like, "Yeah, no, don't even bother. I want to sign with San Jose."
Does San Jose make a run this year?
I mean, I don't see why not.
They got Kane now.
I mean, they freed up $13 million to try and get John Tavares. And, I mean, they took that money and they gave some money to Hertl. And, you notice how...
It almost seemed like those signings came after they didn't get Tavares, Thornton and Hertl.
Yeah.
Couture, they've already pretty much...
He was signed.
Officially announced it after the freedom of that.
Yeah.
I know, boys. I want to say Sean Couture. St. Louis Blues, one of your other teams there, Scott, that you like to watch. David Perron, welcome back for what, the third time?
Yeah, third time.
Third time's the charm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You betcha.
4 years at $16 million, so $4 million per.
Oh, he's too bad.
If you look at it, he had 66 points last year in 70 games. Perron.
Wow.
And I recall one other year he had, 29 goals as an Oiler.
Yep, he did. Led the team.
So, the guy has potential. I think, I don't know.
You almost paired me as kind of Earl. I kind of had him and Vanek kind of
Yes,
the same.
they're similar.
But obviously, Perron got a little bit more.
I think Perron might be a little bit better. He might be a little bit younger too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would be a little younger. But and they obviously got Ryan O'Reilly in that trade.
Mm-hmm.
That makes their center. They said imagine him playing with Tarasenko.
Dave Perron's 30.
So he's 30, okay. And
Seems like he's been around for a long
I don't
time,
know.
though.
I think
2007.
St. Louis just seemed like they got better at center. O'Reilly, good face-off man. Tyler Bozak, good face-off man.
Another guy who I'm curious to see is Fabry.
Yeah, and they signed Robbie Fabry 1 year, $985,000.
Because that guy seems like he's made of glass. So
And they said he was cleared. Seemed like he got cleared, and then they signed him. Medically cleared. Then all of a sudden he was signed today. Signed within a few hours, it looked like. But Tyler Bozak, 3 years, $15 million. So he makes $5 million per. I think that's his highest contract. I think Toronto only paid him 4 something.
I mean, he only had 43 points last year.
Bozak?
In 81 games, he had 11 goals, 32 assists, 43
He's
points.
about a 40, 50 point guy.
Yep. His highest
But
total was 55.
he's a power play guy, penalty killing guy, and face-off guy. I mean, he'll probably be a power play with St. Louis too.
Oh, probably.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy he went to St. Louis.
Yeah.
I was like, because I like Bozak a lot, and I was hoping he'd go to a team I, don't have any rival against. I don't have nothing.
Well, I had
against
heard Vancouver. I heard Colorado, which all would have been good fits for him too.
Yeah, and same with Van Riemsdyk. I was like, I don't really like Philly, but he's already been there, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But Tampa Bay just re-signed one of their guys, Ryan McDonough, 7 years, $47.25 million. Kyle, what is that per year? Just curious. I'm just curious. That's not quite 7.
he hasn't gotten a calculator. Just for the fans out there, he's doing all that.
All in my head. What? Say that again.
7 years, $47.25 million. So that's under 7.
6.75.
Yeah. That's not terrible for him.
No.
If you're comparing him like the other guy, like he's not obviously with those guys, but he'd be in that second group.
Yeah.
I would think.
And their contracts going up all the time.
Yeah. But maybe McDonough just win. Like, cause I think he could have got a little bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe not, but
He could have went somewhere.
maybe I'm overrating him though. Maybe I'm thinking he's
But he could have went somewhere where he was number 1 and got paid a lot more
for
money.
sure. And my boys in blue and white.
Just a small signing.
Yeah,
Yeah, just a
Martin
couple.
Marincin, I believe. But yes, they did sign Marincin, $800,000. Josh Joris, $650,000. Both those are 1-year deals. They signed Hull to a 2-year deal, and Adam Cracknell to a 1-year deal. And they got Emon McAdam from the Islanders for Matt Martin today.
Yep.
And they signed Johnny T.
Small signing.
Yeah, just a small sign. 7 years, $77 million, so 11 per. I mean,
Does this mark the end of the rebuild?
the end of the rebuild. Yep. I don't know.
Or
I don't
get
know.
some D-man?
I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna have money for D. Marincin, you better be ready. But I don't know.
I mean, the Leafs have.
And I should
decent
say,
depth.
sorry, we signed Jordan Subban too. I don't want the numbers on that, but they signed Jordan Subban too. That'd be awesome if Panda would be like PK, but not looking like that so far. But yeah, John Tavares. I mean, that obviously makes our center position one of the best in the league.
Yep, it's up there with Crosby, Malkin.
I would say if not 1, 2.
Yeah.
But if you as a whole 3, Kadri's probably better than their third center. Sorry, Kadri's 30 goal
You
guy.
probably have the best centers in the entire.
As a whole.
As a top 4, yeah.
No, our fourth guy is not going to be that good.
But
yes.
average.
But yes, average.
Did you honestly think he was gonna?
You'd hoped, but
You ask Kyle. It's the Marlowe thing all over again. I've been wanting to get John Tavares when he was with Eberle and Team Canada, I was hoping Toronto would somehow acquire him when the Islanders drafted him. Magically, right? And then I was like, oh, then he got, right, his contract came up, and then he signed that longer term deal, I think 6 or 7 years with the Islanders. And I was like, oh man, but we didn't get him again. And then, I don't know, he's one of those guys. I always wanted Marleau, and I always wanted Tavares, but I thought, that never happened. But you always think it could, because if they're always from the area, like Marleau, Tavares, they're from the area. Or no, sorry, Marleau's not, but Tavares from the area. I mean, you always think there could be a chance at free agency that they'd come home. I mean, I thought Drew Doughty, if Tavares, say, signed with the Islanders, and Drew Doughty was available next summer, I think we would try to push Drew Doughty. But obviously he got the deal done too, so I don't know. It would have been nice. I like John Tavares, and he's probably worth every penny. But it'd been nicer if he could have been, I don't know, just under that 10, like 9.5, like Crosby number 9.8 or whatever. But, inflation's went up though since those guys have signed, right? So.
Kind of a neat fact about John Tavares. His uncle, also named John, is the all-time leader in the NLL, which is the National Lacrosse League, in games played, goals, assists, and points.
Cool. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Athletic family.
And he went in the Hall of Fame in 2016. Yeah, his Uncle John.
Random.
but
yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm super biased right now.
No,
but you guys aren't. So what do you guys like? I want to know your guys' opinion too. Like, obviously the biggest signing at the free agency.
What was the biggest name? Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know where does that put Toronto?
I mean, people are.
I would like to think if that puts them in cup contender. But as a Leaf fan, I know how our defense is still, and that still bugs me a little bit. Like, but I mean, we're good. I think we're good, but
good enough to be that team that scores 7 goals and wins 7-6.
Good enough, yeah, to outscore, and good enough to get in the playoffs. These D, but can these D win you playoff games? Series, we can win games, but series, gotta win series.
I mean,
if this team could make the playoffs every single year, all 7 years John Tavares is there, along with these kids. Say all those guys somehow stay. But if we can't win the playoff series, it doesn't mean anything. Like San Jose, they've had all pretty good guys all these years. Marleau was included in that group too. And 1 year went to the finals, but outside of that, they weren't the Chicago Blackhawks or Pittsburgh where their impact every year they could go to the finals. That's how good they were,
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to see us be.
I mean, they come out with the odds, and Toronto's 6-1 or whatever to win.
But is Toronto going? I read somewhere like somebody said Toronto should go for the cup next couple of years, and then all of a sudden they sign John Tavares. Like, are they signing him like? Does this? I'm just thinking, does this rush to rebuild, or is like Scott said, is it over? Rebuild over now. Now it's crunch time. Now we gotta win games. Meaningful games.
Dubas can either be a hero or
be a hero or the next San Jose Sharks that don't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
And I can't even say the next Washington Capitals anymore, because that would have been the team I would use as example before. But they win the cup. I mean, they're off that, as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Toronto's made it 2 years and 2 first-round exits, but.
Yeah, who knows what your team will bring?
But I mean, you should be able to outscore your opponents. So, like you said, you don't need D's if you can outscore your opponents. Problem is, I guess you got Anderson. He's pretty good, but
it matters when you're in the playoffs for sure.
I still think there still might be a move to be made by Dubas.
Maybe, yeah.
maybe they ship out Zaitsev or Gardner.